Not even a pound of rice we couldn't buy. And then we didn't have any plate, any forks, any bag
to put in party.
I said, Fitzroy, we're going to start the 13th of August. I don't care whether we have or we don't have. I'm going down there, I'm going to set up and I'm going to cook and I'm going to start. The girl at the bookstore, she came and bought the first patty. And when she came, she said, I'm not back to put the patty in. And
went to our bookstore
and brought a bag. And then she went outside with the patty now and she said to another guy, they're open over here now, they're selling patty, the patty tastes good.
When Fitzroy and Juliet Williams decided to open the first branch of their vegan restaurant, Preservation Health, in Hopewell Hanover in 2007, they did so with very little resources. Today, Fitzroy and Juliet Williams tell their story, which emerged out of their decision to take a natural approach to health.
Officially, we started in August 23rd.
August 13th.
August 13th, sorry. August 13th. 2007. That's when we started officially. But how we started off is that when we were living in Hopewell, after we get married, and we were now living in Hopewell, he used to be a tailor and dressmaker. So our fashion designer. We used to live in this place, and so I would be at home with him, assisting him in his trade. And then, knowing how to make the patties and, the vegetarian food. Persons who used to go to, that Seventh-day Adventist, we don't cook on Sabbath. We may reheat, but we don't really cook. So there are some sisters and brothers who would work out, and then we would prepare their meals, and they would pick it up in the Friday evening and, do their thing. And so we started doing that, and then at our home, it's like people always stopping for food. Anywhere people coming from and they know about us, they would call it, have any food, and they would prepare food and share from there. And we started making patties and bread, and we said it, to be honest with you, the first time we made bread, we didn't know what we wanted to make bread. And a guy that works at a bakery asked him to come and show us how to make bread. And when the guy came and showed us how to make the bread, man, the bread tough, can't done. But we didn't stop there. We continued making the bread, and then we started sending it to brethren from the church. And sometimes they would say, I don't want any bread this evening. They wouldn't come and critique the bread and send to us that, no man, you don't need to do this or that. So we continued to buy some wood. So we started making bread and patties and cakes at home and selling it from there, but we do it in vegan way. And then from there now we said we need to get a place. And for about 3 years we have been asking a man in Hopewell for a shop in his plaza. And because he doubted that we would be able to pay the rent, he was reluctant in giving us that place. Until finally he said, our persistence, being persistent, he said, all right, for 3 years now ask me, let me begin. And that's where we started in Hopewell. Now, as to the money part, we didn't have money to start, but we stepped out by faith. A sister of us lent us some money to purchase a piece of land in the country. And when we went
in the country, where?
In the country, that's in Golden Grove, Hanover.
In Eastern Hanover?
Eastern Hanover.
Okay.
So we went to look at the land, and somebody in the community told us, no, don't buy that piece of land because when it rains, it's like a pond. So we came back down and we said, all right, we have the money, can't buy the land again. So what are we going to do? You know what I did? I put it in credit union. Gateway, then it was credit union. Now it's Gateway. Hanover Cooperative, right? So we put it in the credit union. And then when it came up now for business, we said, okay, let's borrow against that money. So that's how we actually started.
The within share loan.
Within shares, right. So we put it in the Gateway, and then we borrowed within share loan, and that's how we actually started with the Hopewell store.
Within 2 years, the couple recognized that there was a strong demand for healthy food offerings within Lucy, Hanover's capital, and there was a need to set up shop there. This was because scores of people from Lucy would drive a full 24 kilometers to Hopewell just to have lunch at the restaurant. And so, As a result, they extended to Lucy, where they opened up a branch at the Cap Plaza on Miller's Drive in 2009 and have been there from ever since.
We ended up with 3 stores, one in South.
That's a testimony.
Yes.
2009, we raised up Lucy. This is where we are right now.
2008.
2009, we raised up Lucy. Right?
That was
Sav
2008.
was 2010. So we had 3 stores.
We wanted to go island-wide,
Yeah,
but
that was
it, you
the
know.
plan. But we are, it's a different thing. It looks different. We are going island-wide now, but it's different. Right? In terms of distribution of the
Products that we make or that we
Yeah.
repackage.
Yeah, but 2009, that's a fake move because we needed some. By the way, in 2007 to start off with that little check, I remember it was $116,000. $116,000.
60.
No,
Alright.
it was 160. Hold on, $116,000 we got from credit union. So we went to do a evangelistic campaign in St. Ann while we started the project to fix up that shop that we got in Hopewell at that plaza there, Robinson Plaza. And when we went there, we said, alright, we're just going to do the Lord work, so within a month time we'll come back. We were just thinking, it's a little small stove and little stuff, but realized they couldn't manage the heavy duty work. And I started before I went to St. Ann, started to check the gleaner, the classified ads, to look for used equipment. It wasn't successful, so I started to ask just any and everybody if you know of any person selling out. And cut the long story short, when I went to the crusade the night and I came back and I was at the hall that host us, I asked a brother called Brother Camp, you know if anybody who own a restaurant is selling out equipment? He said, I don't know if anybody. He said, you want to start a restaurant? I said, yeah man, I want to start a vegan restaurant and we are in the process. Then he just said, oh lucky. And he said, somebody had St. Anne's Bay. And he called the brother. When he called the brother said, they want to come now? And I said, we can't go now, but we make plans to go Tuesday. When we went the Tuesday, we were going to walk through around the man, started to show us the Vulcan double door. And I said, that's for over $500,000. That's a double door Vulcan oven and stove. 6 burner with, you know,
Grills
all the grills and the different stuff. Then he started to show me commercial tables, chairs. He started to show me the baking pans, a wide range of stuff. So when I look, I said, that's over $1 million when you check that. So when we finished and we sat around the table and he said, talk to me now, how much you have? I look around and I said, this is joke thing, we might go drop off, I'm cheering, while laugh with a scar with a little check what we have. And then we look around and look at each other and say, we can't talk to him. We can't talk. So the place was just still for a while. And he said, alright. He said, how much now? Trim down, push the check to him and he said, look at it. And I said, what you know? What's going on now? The man said, alright, I'm going to take this. It was in the August of 2000 and it was July of 2007. And he said, by December, I'm going to take this and you give me $40,000 more on it.
So we get everything for under $200,000.
$160,000. Everything that cost over $1 million. So when you move by faith, that's what happened. And that was our blessing. That's how we started off.
And you know what? You know the big part of it now, Claudia. After we get the equipment, you know, and while we were in St. Ann, we have a friend, Boddington. I have to call his name. Boddington said we asked him to just do the work in the setup work inside. And so while we were off in St. Anne's, he was in Hopewell doing the fixing up. And so when we came down now, we have the equipment, we have everything, but we didn't have any money to start.
To buy the food to start.
Not even a pound of rice we couldn't buy. And then we didn't have any plate, any forks,
Nothing
any
plastic
bag.
bag to put in party.
But I said, God, if you who gave us this start, I said, Fitzroy, we're going to start the 13th of August. I don't care whether we have or we don't have. I'm going down there, I'm going to set up and I'm going to cook and I'm going to start. And when I went there, I said, God, I'm begging you, please send somebody come, I can get your money from, so I can buy something to cook, so I can start selling. Girl, a brother walk in. He's all the way from Axanas. Axanas is in Eastern Hanover as well. So he came in the store and I said to him, can I lend me $1,000 to buy some rice and some something to cook and make the party? He was reluctant at first, and I said, I'll give it back to you after church Sabbath. And he said, okay, and he gave me. And I said, a friend of mine who drove, I said, go up Westgate, go buy this to me, that. $1,000. And he bought that. Then when he comes out, we didn't have any plate, any fat. So we have the food now, but we have no plate, no fat, no bag to put no pot in or anything. And so we cook. The girl at the bookstore, she came and bought the first patty. And when she came, she said, I'm not back to put the patty in. And
went to our bookstore
and brought a bag.
Plastic bag.
And then she went outside with the patty now and she said to another guy, they're open over here now, they're selling patty, the patty tastes good. And then he said, I will try one, but we said, no, I don't want to put the patty. So she gave him, she went for a bag for him to get his patty as well. So we call it the first, that time we were selling patties for $50.
Yes.
So the first $100 we went bought a pack of bag,
yes,
a pack of far. Then we said more patty, we went to buy a pack. It's that put in one Chinese store in the next door now.
Yes.
We went up there now, we buy a lunch box and a pack of plates. And a pack of far, and that's how we started.
Yep.
And that day, how much did we make there?
$1,630. 2007.
So the man gave back him $1,000.
Yes!
And that's how we started. And each day, I sit and I look at the shelf.
And the shelves were
I look at the shelf and I said,
shelves were there, but not even those.
Not this type of shelf, you know, not the shelf, the
Yeah,
board
the
shelf.
board shelf we started out.
And I said, God, I'm begging, it's so embarrassing and disgrace, but I'm begging, pull up the shelf, them you know. And I don't have shelf space now. I just saw companies started to coming in and said, and you know,
you don't have to step out.
You know, qualify for credit because me, wow.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I started meeting persons like Country Farmhouse,
Yeah, the different suppliers.
Frozen Delight,
Yeah.
Eden's Restore. I started meeting persons and then just start coming and flooding and said, you can't end up doing thing, you know? Yeah. When I became a vegan some 25 years plus ago, I wasn't aware of what to eat and how to eat. And so I know that I just have to stop eating meat, and I stopped abruptly. As I could be wrong without the knowledge, because you know, it does make sense, but all that we have at that time was, that I know about, was vegetables, just, you know, vegetables and maybe peas. And veggie chunks. I didn't know how to prepare it. I didn't know how to go about it. But all I know, I learned that meat is not good for you, and I actually stopped eating it. And so I lost a lot of weight when I stopped. And then even my father at one point was crying and said, you know, my picnic go dead. This is my picnic down the road and in Marga I'm out dead. Because you know I used to be big and fat, you know. And then after I went to a doctor who used to attend the church I used to attend, Dr. Blight at the time. I went to him and I asked him if he think I am too skinny, and he said, no, according to your height, your weight is perfectly fine. At that time I didn't know that weight and height goes together. I didn't know the ratio. And he said no, and that confirmed it. I stopped worrying, I stopped thinking. Some people say you have AIDS, you know, there's all kind of things about me. But I held my grounds, and I just continue. And then, you know, being a Seventh-day Adventist Christian, we used to attend seminars on how to prepare vegetarian dishes, and that's where I started. You know, I learned how to cook vegetarian food, what to go with what, talk about juicing, talk about the different things that you should do as a vegetarian and how to prepare them. So that's where I actually started my learning from. And it led me into restaurant, it led me now into production and now into distribution of the products that we make ourselves. And I think that's a great blessing. Yeah.
The genesis of my being a vegetarian. Well, from a young boy, I always have that attraction towards my roots. So even though I grew up in the environment of meat eating, I always love to visit the Rastas and love where they prepare the thing, the natural life. I'm always for that. And we grew up poor. So when we have some tea in the morning and piece of bread, half we go to the bushes. So we know we breakfast, we lunch, only like dinner they will cook something, but everything that is in season that we used to eat. Guava, pineapple, banana, mango, anything that is in season. So I grew up on the natural things, and we thought it was not the real life, but that was the good life for us. So that helped to catapult my journey to become a vegan, and not only for myself but to share it with others. So when I got converted into the Seventh-day Adventist faith, I learned now that the creator plan is not for me to kill and eat anything, because tell me that the life of the flesh is in the blood, and it's not God's will for any animals or anything to be killed, to be consumed for me. And when I learned that start now my journey now to educate myself into reading the books and understanding better how to put the foods together. And within a year, I made a transition from a flesh diet to a vegan diet. And it has been a blessing, because I used to visit the doctor so much, and all they do penicillin, antibiotic. There is no educating from cause to effect, so that I can understand my body, the laws of the system, how they function. And those are the things that I learned, so I can start make this work. And I decided to share it, as I see how it has transformed me physically, mentally, spiritually. I start to share it with the wider public. And that's another story by itself, how we really start to till we reach to a vegetarian until we start to take it island.
Yeah. You said you went into the bushes and so on. Where was that?
That's Cascade. I'm from Cascade, a place called Smithfield. So they used to be the bobo trade them in the hills, and I was always attracted to them. You know, just the whole natural life, the roads, the music, the whole lifestyle.
The good food there.
Yeah, and I started that walk too. You know?
Yeah,
I started that walk. I was really searching.
He was a Rasta. Actually started not up
I really started not up because I like the ideology, and, you know?
And Rastas and Adventists are the same kind of
yeah, many things in common.
Okay.
Okay, so there's the hemp protein, there's the vegetable proteins, then you have the beets, circulation, boosts the energy, collagen for beauty, hair, skin. You know, a lot of persons gravitating towards the collagen supplements. Also, we have beets, of course, and then we also have the greens. There are some that is pure greens, like a mixture of the kale, the different green vegetables come together.
Both sea vegetables and land vegetables.
Sea vegetables and land vegetables, right, which is loaded with mineral, and it's all organic, so it's in the raw, natural state. You know.
Why is it important for persons to take protein supplements? Persons especially who are trying to practice the vegetarian lifestyle.
Protein supplements are very good to enhance our energy, right? And sometimes the stuff that we eat, it's depleted. So we need to supplement it with the natural organic stuff to keep us, going for our brain function and our body function.
A lot of people think that once you're a vegetarian, you're going to wither down and so on. But you muscular.
I am a vegan for over 26 years. I've not filled a prescription or over-counter drugs. Right? I keep my age, I'm way off the algorithm. But you see, I'm young and fresh, it keep me rejuvenated. Not only that for my body, but my mind.
So tell where age, tell them your age.
So, well, no, nothing with face, nothing with a mother, nothing that cry or ball. So it's really plant-based, straight plant-based. No egg, no fish, none of that. Right? No dairy. It's a strictly plant-based.
Tell them your age.
Right, and it's my age.
Yes.
Well, I am going for 52.
Today, Preservation Health, Hanover's first full-fledged vegan restaurant, has passed the 15-year mark. The eatery is still going strong in Lucy, offering an array of vegan patties, baked with goods, juices, healthy lunches, soups and salads, as well as herbs and herbal supplements to the health-conscious clients in Lucy and its environs. The venture has been so successful that the couple has gone into manufacturing and processing.
Repackaging of different various products. We have over 23 products present. Over 23 products presently. Some we make ourselves, like the zinc punch. We have the zinc punch, we have the spirulina punch, the iris mask. This is not on the market yet, but we do sell it at the restaurant. We sell iris mask gel. So that now we blend in other stuff in it. So we do it with the spirulina powder, we do it with maca powder, we do it with bladderwrack and any herbs, anything that you want, we request it and we do it.
Tell me about your clientele, because over the years we know a lot of vegetarians, vegans, we have a Rasta come here. Tell me about
people eat meat.
Yeah, it's a lot of Rasta, but it's a wide cross section of people. You have the lawyers coming in, the judges, the police force. There's a lot of them, soldiers, the man on the street, the teachers, principals, every walk of life, hospital, we're everywhere, every cross section, a wide cross section of people.
We carry the original school days bulgur, that bulgur we used to get as storage, as preservation brand. We do the zinc punch and the spirulina punch. You know, at the restaurant, we would put the ingredients together and blend them, and that goes really fast. Zinc punch and spirulina punch goes fast at the restaurant. So we decided now that it is good now. This would be a good thing on the market, because nobody in Jamaica or nowhere in the world carry this product. So we said it originated us with the zinc punch. We decided that we put it in the dry product and distribute it to the supermarket. So those now, we do that and we distribute to the supermarket. Not all supermarkets carries it, but
pharmacy and different places.
So like you will get it in Montego Bay, Consumer Meat Plus, Progressive Food Stores. In Hanover, in Hanover first. So you can get it at all the supermarkets in Lucy. So that's Cherries,
all of them.
All the supermarkets in Lucy carry our product. Not all of the products, but everybody carries zinc punch, spirulina, and brown bulgur, and turmeric and salt. For Montego Bay, if you're in Montego Bay, you can go to Consumer Meat Plus, Natural Life, High Lows Progressive, Shoppers Fair. And island-wide now for High Lows Progressive. And in towns, if you're in St. Elizabeth, the in towns carry our product as well. And Ochi, well, same. High Low Progressive. At present, we have 4 members of staff that is stable, but outside of that, when we have production to do for distribution, we have a team that comes in like on a day or two, where we just delve into work and fix up for that.
In terms of wellness, what we are doing, we are laying a foundation for generation to come. In thinking business, it cannot be just a now thing. It has to be something that you look for the future. We have to prepare it. Leave an inheritance for our generation. And we're talking about diseases in the mind, diseases in the body that is affecting Jamaicans. And if we say, and I know we have made a great impact from 2007 until now, there's so many people who have been helped. So there are fathers' lives that are preserved, mothers' lives who could have been dead if it wasn't for our preservation and food and the products we offer, the counsel that we offer, you know, and the housework that we do, because sometimes we do cooking classes with them.
The farmers, them love them, and I love them for the local farmers, especially when they don't go commercial. Because when they don't go commercial, it's better for us, because commercially you have to use a lot of
stipulated stuff from the bigger.
Right. So like bananas, natural, plantains, natural, vegetables, most of the time natural. So the local Hanoverian farmers. I have a lot of them will call me, you need any coconuts, because we don't cook with packed coconut or canned coconuts. We use real coconuts. So we have about 5-6 coconut farmers who will call us for coconut. Planting farmers, run out of planting, just house with 2 bunches of planting, and by the way, we just put one at the back of our house, which I mean, we do all the cutting as well. So the local farmers,
the Java,
the sorrel, and right now I have one farmer who is his father. I don't really taste that sorrel. You have to taste that sorrel. The best sorrel drawn is his father, who's a farmer.
You have to throw water on it.
Yes,
so
he's a young farmer, but he's also a sorrel man.
Where
and he actually draws it. It's in Cascade, Cement Field to be exact. Right.
It's really a lot of times they come for certain products and we say no, right now you don't need this, and they are all good products. But you don't, what you need to do is to change your mind. You need to stop doing this.
We here sitting down right now, you know, a lot of persons who build up herb, tonic and all sort of something and sell. I remember my mother was going to Montego Bay, and sometimes $60,000 a week, $30,000 a week. And I said, we can't do that. We can't just collect money from people like that. Because some people only want to say this good for them and they will take it. But we have got the answer to, because even though we can do it, they need more than just this.
It's like a band-aid thing.
Yes, it's like a band-aid, right?
To get to the root. So people are out there, the secular world treat the fruit, but we treat the root. So we educate people to be their own doctors, take care of themselves, not to keep coming. Yes, we have this here to facilitate, because you know some things they will not readily have. But you can understand. When you have that understanding, that education, you know, you can really go and do your thing. It's very satisfying. The most satisfying thing is to see people coming here and eat, and I would say they will come and they will talk with us, because we, apart from supplying the food, we have to be counseling and educating. And sometimes we put persons on programs, like they need to get away. They try traditional, but the secular medicine, and it's not working. So sometimes they'll go and go on plans that we put them on. But it's really satisfying to know that I see people who come here with diabetes, high pressure, impotency, and so I will say to them, so what's happening with the diabetes? I said, since we start coming here and eating, so I think they've done, come off medication and certain things. So we get the different testimonies, persons suffering depression, and sometimes they go out there and the antidepressant stuff that they get, the side effect is that they will make them depressed. And they realize that a lot of time when they come in here for herbs, for food, for the different stuff, we realize that the underlying cause, we always seek to find out the cause, is that their mind need a paradigm shift.
But I just want to big them out, the team, the entire preservation team. I want to say big up to Katie. She's like my second. Big up to Miss Violet. She is in the kitchen, very, very good at the kitchen work. Big up to Fenton, and big up to Lataya. She works in the packaging room. Lataya, big up every time. One love, bless.